her muffin recipe now for a couple months, ever since she first sent it to me, and it is amazing. I don't know how many muffin recipes I have tried, and I really wanted one that had like a base, and then I could mix and match and make all kinds of different muffins from one base, but I never found one that I was happy with. I tried Tracy's, and it's perfect. It's perfect. I'm so excited. So I can make them oatmeal or not oatmeal with cinnamon or raisins or craisins or poppy seed or, whatever kind of additions or flavor you want to add to it. You just make the same base, and it's really easy to remember, which, it's all like they all have two. So anyway, she's just set it up so it's really easy to remember the recipe. So after you've made it a few times, you don't even have to look at the book. And then you just throw in whatever you want. It is awesome. So I know I try for snacks. I try to tell my kids, what? You don't need snacks? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's enough, isn't it? Please. So she has a granola bar recipe in the snacks. And my 12-year-old and 10-year-old actually made that yesterday themselves in less than half an hour. So that is a great snack time solution, I think, in my book. Anything that the kids just do themselves, but it's not opening a package. It's whole food, real food from the pantry. I don't have to be buying special things. It's just food that we already have on hand. So everything in Simplified Breakfast and Simplified Lunch and Simplified Snacks uses things that you already have in your pantry. I know I've never found a granola bar recipe that I like either. They need sugar to hold them together, melted like a syrupy sort of thing. So these ones are sugary, but not out of control. I don't know. Everyone has different sugar tolerances. Okay, so you find these at simplifiedpantry.com/breakfast. So let's see, I can hold that up and see if it comes in the light. If you can see that, you can screenshot it. simplifiedpantry.com/breakfast is where you can find Simplified Breakfast, Simplified Lunch, and Simplified Snacks. And for this week, we have them at a special discounted price, the launch price. And thank you, Dawn. So you can snap those up, and especially the muffins and the scones. And she has multiple kinds of ways to change up oatmeal, because we do oatmeal a lot at our house, but people get sick of it. And it's just like the same old, but she has enough variations in there that you can be having oatmeal every day, and it's the same process. Like, you go through the same motions all the time making it, but it tastes different. And I find that's a real key to simplifying breakfast and lunch and any meal, dinner, anything, is that you have a few go-to recipes and ways of making something. Like I have pasta recipes to make for dinner, but they all follow the same pattern. So even though when I put them on the table, everyone thinks I've made something different, it's chicken and creamy, or it's beef and tomatoey, or whatever, but I feel like I've made the same dish over and over. So it's easy and fast. It's the exact same process, just with a few changes of ingredients. So Tracy has made the same concept apply to breakfast and to lunch. And I love it. And I think that you will too. Yeah, I do. I have people doing piano practice and math downstairs, and I'm hoping how long this will last. Okay, so today I have 3 tips for you for simplifying your meals. This applies to breakfast, lunch, and dinner. To simplify these meals, you have to plan all the meals, which is a pain, and I know, but there's no shortcut if you need to know what you're going to eat, because a lot of the frustration comes from everyone being hungry and you're not ready for it. So if you know what you're going to feed everyone, then you're prepared when people come to you hungry. You're like, all right, but I've got food, so we can handle this. So Simplified Pantry, we also have a couple different formats of free menu plans let's see. The $9.99 price is the breakfast, lunch, and snack bundle. Simplified dinners is separate. I think around just before Christmas, we might do a bundle with all of those together. Honestly, part of the reason why there isn't a big bundle like that right now is because I have to figure out a technicality side of how to do it. So right now they're separate, but there's also 3 different versions of simplified dinners. So you would want to pick the one that is appropriate for your family. So there's the basic simplified dinners. There's a gluten and dairy free simplified dinners. And then there's simplified dinners for new cooks, which can be used to teach kids how to cook. But it can also be used just, if you're unfamiliar with some of the processes, it just lays things out a little more in more of a basic manner and all really streamlined but straightforward explained. Because simplified dinners, the way it's laid out, assumes you're comfortable in the kitchen and you know what things are and how to do things. So it simplified dinners does shortcuts and shorthand that if you're familiar with cooking, you'll know what it's talking about. But if you're less familiar with cooking, you don't like cooking, things done, you're not sure what to do, then simplified dinners for new cooks is a lot more, explains it a lot more, makes things a lot more clear. So you want to pick the simplified dinners that is going to best serve your needs. So there are 3 different versions of simplified dinners. Simplified breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I know. The simplified breakfast actually has a whole page on leftovers remade. So how to turn different pieces of dinner leftovers into a breakfast. There were some great ideas in there. I had never tried any of them before, but you can do like with leftover rice, make a rice pudding. And so she has, the proportions to use depending on how much leftovers you have. There's a breakfast hash if you have leftover potatoes. So I thought that was a pretty clever idea. All right, so the 3 tips, I have to at least get through these, hopefully before piano practice is over. So plan all the meals. Also, you want to work from your pantry. This is the second way to simplify your meals. Work from your pantry. You want to have one master grocery shopping list. So you're always buying the same things. You're not reinventing the wheel every time. You are always cooking from the same basic ingredients and not buying specialty ingredients or buying single-use things or snacks, prepackaged food. You just have your basic pantry stock. And what I love about shopping and planning and cooking this way from the pantry is that I can go to the grocery store without having menu planned first. So if we just stop in at the grocery store, I have a routine route. I go through the same aisles in the same way. I buy the same things every time. I'm just restocking my pantry, and it doesn't have to be connected to the meal planning process. I can buy what's on sale, see what's on sale at the grocery store, then come back and I know I can do something with it because I have these basic plans that allow for variety based on what vegetables or what meats are on hand or what was on sale. I can do something with it with the simplified pantry way, I suppose. So, and you can see more about that at simplifiedpantry.com/blog. I have blog posts and recipes there. And simplifiedpantry.com/breakfast is where you find the simplified breakfast, lunch, and dinner, breakfast, lunch, and snacks, which is out now. Oh, yay! So yeah, my Simplified Pantry Master Shopping List is available for free on the site. I think it's simplifiedpantry.com/simple-pantry. And you can find that on the link on the side also. So that just makes it, oh, here we go. We have people showing up. It just makes it so much easier to menu plan and to put food on the table when you have food in the pantry and then you know that you can do something with it to feed everybody. And I guess the third one we've already talked about a little bit, and that was cooking the same kinds of things, but varying it so that that people don't feel like they're eating the same thing over and over again. So you make really the same basic meal, but there's enough variety to how you change things up inside that basic process that people don't feel like they're eating the same thing over and over. But you get the benefits of feeling like you're cooking the same thing over and over, which makes it easier, faster, and all that. Are you going to be a cook when you grow up? Are you going to feed your family, all your children? Are you going to be a good cook? All right, so time to go homeschool these children some more. So talk to you later, everyone, and check out simplifiedpantry.com/breakfast to find out more about the new ebooks that are out, and those are by Tracy Grossman.